Hey, it's Sam here from Magic with Gadgets, and we're back with a new episode today, and I'm here to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and also share with you where we're at with our brand new. So firstly, let's talk happy Thanksgiving, and you're probably wondering, do I actually celebrate it? Because we live in the UK and it's very much an American tradition. Well, we love the idea of Thanksgiving and we find it fascinating, but of course, like most Brits, not all but most, we've kind of grown up seeing it in the movies with the fascination of it when we're watching our films and thinking, oh, that looks really cool, that, you know. But obviously we have our turkey at Christmas time, so it's nice to see it all, and we love all the different sides that you have on your Thanksgiving compared to what we kind of have with our Christmas lunch. For example, I love the idea of the macaroni cheese and the green bean casserole, both things that you would never see on a Christmas menu here in the UK. And of course, I love seeing it through the films, you know, the opening minutes of Miracle on 34th Street when they've got the Thanksgiving parade, and the size of that turkey, which I'm sure every food stylist will tell me will have been a fake, and that they don't really look that big and shiny. And I also love it in films like The Blind Side when you see them all ordering it in rather than actually cooking it themselves. But it's just so nice to watch it. And in the UK, I've noticed the tradition has changed now, where everybody goes onto Netflix and watches back to back just the Friends episodes that feature Thanksgiving in them. So we've kind of jumped on that bandwagon now and have done for a few years. And we have done turkey dinners for ourselves on actual Thanksgiving because it's been nice to do. And I think now we more do it where we take a lovely side dish from Thanksgiving and make that into our main meal instead, and then watch loads of Friends. So that's kind of how we go. So happy Thanksgiving to all our readers in the US. You know, I know it's such a special day for you. And I actually grew up with American families, so I understand the traditions surrounding it and what a great day it can be for many of you. But for me, the best thing ever about Thanksgiving was it took us 13 years to have Sophia, and we brought her home from hospital on Thanksgiving. So that was ours. So her birthday was just 2 days ago, so she's now 11. So it's amazing to say that she's now 11. And we started up Recipe This. We had the idea for it and we were just putting it together on the Halloween when she was almost 1. So she's kind of grown up with us showing people how to cook with Kitchen Gadgets. She loves all the different parts of it. You'll find her in the kitchen with us. She's designed us an amazing herbs and spices drawer. She's always restocking them for us, tidying up pantries. She can do prep. She goes to baking classes and wants to be a baker when she grows up. So it's just fantastic watching her and what she's achieved. And George, you know, when you get him off his games console, is very happy to be in the kitchen helping as well. And I can just shout him and he'll do me a quick round of drying up, as long as he's not right in the middle of Fortnite, and then I'll get shouted at the idea. But I try my best to get him in the kitchen to help out. So it goes well sometimes, other times not so good. And then, of course, beyond Thanksgiving, have you checked out our new cookbook yet? It's called the Multicooker Cookbook, and it's brilliant because it takes you through the different types of kitchen gadgets that are out today. So it's perfect for if you've got a Ninja Speedy, because it features steam air fry, steam bake, and then across all air fryers because we've got plenty of air fry recipes in there as well. We've got slow cooker recipes. We've got recipes where you can air fry and slow cook. So for all those times you follow a slow cooker recipe and it says brown first or finish off in the oven, then we've solved that problem for you. It also covers pressure cooking as well, so it's perfect if you've got an Instant Pot. And then if you've got a Ninja Foodie like us, then it covers so many different settings on there. So let's say you've got the 11 in one, then you can use the steam air fry, pressure cook, slow cook, air fry, and the list just goes on, and it's just a brilliant all-rounder, and we're just so pleased with how this cookbook is coming together. It's just a dream come true, really, because I find that with the Ninja Foodi, there's been no actual traditionally published cookbooks for it. Well, in the UK, I don't know about the rest of the world, like, because, you know, I can't be in every shop, but I was quite surprised that nobody's really jumped on it. So I was really pleased when my publisher agreed to do a Ninja Foodi cookbook, and one that would obviously work if you've got different gadgets as well. So I think of it as the Ninja Foodi, Ninja Speedi cookbook, as well as for those that have both an Instant Pot air fryer and slow cooker. So it's a bit of everything, really. And I just love the recipes we've put together in it for you. They're just really easy, everyday recipes, and the kind of ones that you're always asking us to cook in the Ninja Foodi and the Ninja Speedi. And I just love how it's looking. And if you're wondering where it's at the moment, it's already gone to the printers. So it's getting printed at the moment, and then I'm hoping that by the back end of January I'll have my first copy to show you off in full, whilst at the moment I've just got a front cover, a back cover, and a lot of blank paper. That's what happens normally when you're waiting. They'll put you a cover on so that you can show off your cover to people, but that's where it's actually at the moment. So let me actually show you again the front and the back cover if you've not seen it already. I'll make sure I'm descriptive so that if you're listening to this rather than watching it on YouTube, you know what I'm talking about. So let's dive into the cover again, shall we? So let's have a closer look. So this is my baby. This is going to end up really scruffy because I end up getting so excited about it that I end up carrying it around with me and things. So the corners are soon going to go. But, you know, that's me. And when you've spent so much time and invested so much time in making a cookbook of this standard, you know, there's a lot of work that goes into it. And you end up knowing every recipe in your head, because you've tested them, you've edited them, you've taken them to photo shoots and such like. So we've got, for example, on the front cover, we've got a Marry Me chicken pie. That is brilliant, and we'll also be showing you how to cook the Marry Me whole chicken, which is just as delicious. We've got an amazing risotto, which has prawns in it as well, and halloumi, and it is lovely. And we've also got a delicious broccoli cheese soup, American style, and the story behind that is I was recreating one from one of my favourite places when we were in the US, not the summer just gone, but the summer the year before when we were in Florida, and it was lovely, and I just wanted to recreate that for you for the cookbook. And then of course we can't not talk about that, can we? And what I am pointing at is steamed jam sponge pudding. It is absolutely delicious. It's so easy to recreate at home, and in the cookbook we'll be showing you how to pressure cook steamed puddings, and we'll be featuring both sticky toffee pudding and the jam sponge. So you're lucky you're getting both of them in there, and you're also getting Chef Dom's absolutely delicious, I could binge on it, toffee sauce. It is just so good. And then that was the front. So on the back we have pork with crackling on the probe. We'll be showing you how to use the probe on the Ninja Foodi, and we've got troubleshooting in there for you if you're having trouble with it. But we've also counted how long the cooking time and temperature was, so if you haven't got a probe, we can give you the spot on times and temperatures so that you can recreate it in another gadget. So that would be great if you just had an air fryer. You could do it on steam roast as well, steam air fry, and it's just one of those that we've shown you how to do it across the different gadgets. And then one of my favourites from the cookbook, if not the favourite actually, because it was just a recipe I did on a whim that just an idea came to me when I was out having lunch with Sophia. We were at our favourite tapas bar. don't go very often because it's quite expensive. It's so expensive, it's actually featured on Rich House Poor House, so you know, I don't order that much when I'm there. Well, anyway, I took Sophia there for a treat and I got lots of the Spanish tapas, including batatas bravas. And what I thought to myself is, who wants to just eat a small portion of this? It is so good. So we made it into a meal. And it became my best friend's husband's favourite recipe of the cookbook. And when we were testing it, each round would go to his house. They ended up with loads in the freezer ready for him to reheat. And it was just a delicious, amazing Spanish dish that I just love it. I could just eat it every day. It's just yummy. And it's just so easy to make as well using the pressure cooker. And then we've got, of course, some nice vegetables in there, so you can see some, if you're watching on YouTube, Hasselback carrots, which I think are a great idea. And my editor actually asked me, where did you get the idea for Hasselback carrots from? I said, Sophia was just playing with some carrots one day. She literally was. She was just bored playing with some carrots. And I thought to myself, well, actually, we've done Hasselback potatoes. Why not Hasselback carrots? And they are lovely and they taste amazing. We've got some lovely seasonings going on them as well. And we also did asparagus wrapped in bacon with the cheese because it's just so good. And we've done them as asparagus bundles and they are lovely. And then we also did a reader favourite, which was our lasagna soup. I call it lasagna soup, but it's more like a casserole. So it's more like a bolognese. And we topped it with some lovely garlic bread. And of course, that's the brilliant thing about cooking with these gadgets. You can be slow cooking and then you can finish off with the air fryer lid. So for example, with this lasagna, what we did is we put the garlic bread on top and finished off with the air fryer. And then the last photo on the back cover that we've got is our granola. So that is homemade yogurt. So again, we'll be teaching you how to make homemade yogurt in these gadgets, as well as homemade granola, which is just yummy. So that is the back cover of this amazing book. And of course, if you're wondering what the difference is really between self-publishing and publishing with traditional publishers, it's the amount of edits you get. You know, there was a time when there was absolutely awful self-published content going through Amazon, because what people would do is, I saw this when the air fryer took off, and there's still a lot of it on Amazon now, and it was where they would just steal whoever's recipes, copy and paste them into a Word doc, and then upload them onto Amazon with no pictures or anything, because the pictures would cost them money. And you've probably bought one of these absolutely terrible air fryer books at some point, and that's what they were made of. So that downgraded, if you like, the love for self-published. And then some that have made an actual effort with self-publishing, I know a few that have done a decent job, that are based in the US. The downside of it is that they've only got so many staff involved, and it's often with the recipes a check from a family member rather than having a big team behind you. So when you think of traditionally published, like what we've done with this amazing book for you, is I've got a big chain of people that are there to criticise my recipes so that they can be the best they could possibly be for when you open your cookbook and check them out and want to follow along with those recipes. For example, when I start a new cookbook, I submit a recipe list, and then that recipe list is checked. It's made sure that we've got a variety of recipes so that everybody's happy, basically. So making sure the vegetarians are happy, making sure there's a good balance, so you've not all just done loads of sausages in a cookbook, you've mixed it up with steak and chicken and other things, making sure it's balanced. And then another thing is, which I think a lot of people ask me about, and I think it's really interesting here, and that is whose relationship it is with the book. So what I'm talking about here is you'll always have superfans. So let's say you're on your third cookbook, because this is our third cookbook now. is what you would actually have is you'll have super fans, so people that love your work and they'll have bought all of your cookbooks. And you want to make sure that you've done fresh new recipes in all of those books, so it doesn't feel like they're being ripped off, like, you know, like you're just rehashing the same old recipes. But at the same time, you want to do what's most popular in these gadgets, and then at the same time as that, you want to make sure that those that have just joined you on your third book understand what they're doing when they're cooking with these kitchen gadgets. So it's a very interesting balance. For example, if you were doing just air fry books, you know, the most searched for air fry food is air fried chicken breast. So you would have to have air fried chicken breast across all your cookbooks, but you can't have it looking and feeling the same because it would annoy people that had bought all your books. So that's the kind of thing that you get involved with first when you're doing a cookbook. And then once you've got past that point, what happens is you send in your recipes, they have to pass your publisher, so he or she has to read them and say, yeah, they're good, we like those, kind of thing. Or they might say, I don't like that one, can you do that one again? I've never had that happen, but you know, I'm sure it might, you know, depending on who you are and if you're new to making cookbooks. And then of course it goes to an editing team. So an editor will go through it all and just say, are you sure you want that much lemon juice in this recipe? Why are you using that much lemon juice? Or that seems like a lot of garlic in that recipe. How come you've got so much garlic in that recipe? And it goes on, and then her boss will also be having a read through and seeing what she thinks. So at that point, you've had 3 people that have been professionally working in this industry for a long time checking out these recipes. Then after going back and forth on what they've asked for, you know, like when they've said there's too much garlic or you can't use that name or whatever, then you go into a photo shoot, and then at the photo shoot you've got people cooking those recipes, and then again they're saying, are you sure there's enough garlic in this? There's too much, do we really need to put mayonnaise in this recipe? And you know, your list can go on, and then you'll have a list off the back of a photo shoot saying, I think you should change X, Y, and Z. So then you go in and edit it again. And then you're to-ing and fro-ing with your editor whilst you're reading through it, making sure they sound right. So I will probably read the book in full about 5 times prior to it actually going to the publishers. And then once it's gone back, then you're talking getting it ready for printing, which it's now gone to the printers a few weeks ago, but those are the last things. Oh yes, and then of course, if you're using traditionally publishers, if you're getting it traditionally published, then you would also be taking it through a proper nutritionist. If you're adding calorie information to it, it's also got to pass a proofreader. So by the time you've done, it's probably been checked for each recipe, read in full, about 20 times, if not more. Whilst if you were self-publishing, there's nobody telling you what to do, so you could have a quick skim through it, read it, and then off to the printers it goes. And I've noticed whenever I'm reading self-published, I can always spot several errors on recipes. There was a recipe up not so long ago that I saw online, and somebody was querying the recipe, and the recipe text, I could tell because it was an air fry recipe, was off. They'd missed some of the instructions off it, but somebody new to that, they were like, have I just cooked it wrong or whatever? So, you know, that's the thing, and that's why I'm so glad that I've got a publishing house behind me that is on your side and making sure the recipes are the best for you. So that's where we're at now. So it's really exciting because once it's gone to the printers, you know, it's like you've sat it down, it's left, and you know, you're just kind of thinking, well, I can't wait to share these recipes from this book with you all, because it's that excitement, because it's quite a long wait from it going to the printers until it arriving. And I'm also really pleased that it's going to be published the weekend before Easter, so it'll be perfect for your Easter food and such like. So that's all really, really exciting. So if you haven't pre-ordered a copy yet, don't forget to head over to KitchenGadgetsClub.com/books, or just search for it on Amazon, because it's called The Complete Multi-Cooker Cookbook, and search Sam and Dom Multi-Cooker Cookbook and you'll find it on there. But it's going to be really exciting and great for you if you've got either a multi-cooker or you're in a position with multiple gadgets and you're wondering how you can use these different gadgets. Because we've often been asked, when are we going to feature more than one gadget in a cookbook? Well, here it is, and I'm just so excited. So I hope you enjoy it as much as we have, and let me say it again, happy Thanksgiving, and remember that means tomorrow is Black Friday and we can all go shopping for new accessories and kitchen gadgets. Thanks so much for listening, and you can find us on social media. We're on Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok, and of course Instagram. And you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, or why not head over to KitchenGadgetsClub.com/newsletter and join our weekly newsletter, where we go into detail about all our favourite kitchen gadget recipes, tips, tricks and resources. And a ciao for now.